Hello. Happy Monday. I'm happy, that nobody's here yet, but I'm happy that you're going to join me. And so is Clara. She would like me to remember to tell you that she's pretty jumpy today, so we'll see how she does. Everything's surprising her. She should be fine, but she's jumpy. So I hey, just having a day. So what did I do? Oh, last weekend. That was yesterday. It was a good weekend. It was nice. Next weekend I'm teaching for stitches online, the May show, top down set in sleeves, and I'm taking a class on pin loom weaving, just basic pin loom weaving, and I'm excited about that because I've had a Zoom loom for years, and that's a pin loom. It's one kind of a pin loom. So I'm excited to learn how to use it. I'll take it out of the box. Somebody will tell me what to do, and then I'll know how to do it. I mean, I could read the instructions, but I'd rather just have somebody tell me what to do. I'm not tired of anything. I just want somebody to tell me what to do. So that's next weekend. And then next month, this is just my quick, what I'm teaching recap. The boring part, we'll get it over with. Next month, I'm teaching also for stitches, a 6-hour version of my entrelac class. So flat entrelac, and circular entrelac, and shaping in entrelac, and color management in entrelac. So all things entrelac. And Gwen Bortner, who wrote Entree to Entrelac, which I always say that's the book that got me started as a tech editor, she'll be doing a special presentation. Oh, maybe that's this week. That's this week. Okay, so this, the May event, she'll be doing a presentation about entrelac. You can, I believe, attend all the presentations if you get a market ticket, and the market ticket's not very much. And I'll put, let's see if this works. Is that going to do anything? Let's see if that was right. Isn't this fun? Oh, that's wrong. Okay, don't click on that one. Okay, here it is, right there. So what did I do wrong? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's put this in. Don't do that one. Nope. This one. Okay. There you go. That's a clickable. Oh, I didn't do all the HTTP stuff. So that's the good link. And from there you can click on events, and the May one will tell you about the May event, and the June one will tell you about the June event. Yay. So today I have one thing I want to work on. Well, many aspects of one thing. It's the rocket tee. No, I'm still not done with it, but I'm really trying to soldier along and get to be done with it. And so it still looks the same up to a point. I still have this, I don't know, border number 3 on there. And I don't know, you'll see in a minute, but I'm sort of thinking of changing that. Although it looks beautiful here. And I had been working on the sleeve. I'd been working on the sleeve, and look, I got the sleeve really far. So that's good. It's looking a little thinner than I had imagined. I'm not going to put it on over a long sleeve tee. Whoop. So it's looking good. Those are all my shapings. I always mark my shapings with pins. And then this was my next alternate plan, alternate number 4 billion for the border, including this border, which is to use a ribbing instead of the roll that I did, the reverse stockinette stitch roll, or the original pattern called for an I-cord bind off, which I think I might actually end up going and playing with that some more. Because this is just 1x1 rib. I went down 2 needle sizes, and I like Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off because it looks so cool on the edge. And it's super stretchy, surprisingly stretchy. But I knew it would look better on the computer here. I'm gonna try it on later, not for you. I'm gonna try it on later and see, because I'm not positive about the length either. But the stripes, so here, the nice thing about the top down is you can line everybody up. So this stripe, let's see if I can do it. This stripe goes through the armhole, that one, and then, I don't know. Nope, it's wrong side. Whoop. Okay, so those line up. Those line up, those line up. Here we go. No, the other one's Sarah. Okay. And then those line up, and those line up, and those line up. This is my plan, is that they all line up, and those line up. So, I think I meant to do one more maybe. Is that right? I thought my sleeve was one more than let's try it this way. Let's try it this way, where I can see it and you can see it. Okay, so this is where the armhole is, or the end of the sleeve, and so that's one stripe, and that matches. There's pink in there. That's funny. Oh, there's pink. Oh, holy Toledo. Watch out. Okay. Oh my gosh. You almost saw my keyboard. All right, that matches, this matches, this matches, that matches, that matches, that matches, that matches. That's not right either. Holy cow. Oh no, that is right. And that matches. So the sleeve is currently one mohair stripe longer, and then the border, and that's correct because I wanted to come back. When I come back to the body, I'm going to put another mohair stripe on there, I decided, and then have the border be in the knot. Hi Diane, the knot mohair. I keep calling it the knot mohair. I chose to use the knot mohair, the merino, as the border instead of the mohair, which I used up here, because I didn't think I wanted ribbing in mohair as the edge of my garment, because it's just not very sturdy. So, this was the next thing I was trying. It's growing on me. I could have tried a fancy tubular bind off, but I didn't want to, especially since I'm not sure I'm going to keep this, but look how stretchy. So I'm going to try it on later today, and I'm going to see what I think about the length of the sleeve, and I'm going to see what I think about this as the bottom, and whether maybe I decreased too far, but I don't think I did. Maybe I did, but I'll see how it fits. So it looks like that, which I think is fine, right? I think that's fine. So yay. And then I think the next step that I'll do is finish the bottom. If this is good, then I'll put the other stripe of mohair on the bottom, and then the ribbing. That's what I'm going to do. And then I can put the other sleeve on. The other sleeve currently does not exist. It's right here. It's just the armhole, basically. And the very wide armpit. Okay, so that's my plan. What's my plan? I'm going to try this on, see how I like the sleeve, see if I like the cuff, see how I like the length of the sleeve, see if I like the cuff. And then if I do like it, I'll finish the bottom the same way. So you can imagine that this will be on the bottom, another stripe of mohair and the little ribbing, and the same bind off. And then I'll have to, I really like this not being the bright, but I want them all to match. Not being the mohair, but anyway, we'll come back and revisit that. I don't want to leave it as a mohair around the neck and the not mohair everywhere else as the trim. But anyway, and then the other sleeve. Did I say all the things? Okay, that's my plan. But why stop there? On the sleeve, now it's what you're seeing are where I didn't weave in the ends yet. So where the, and I cut all the strands between all the stripes because I'm a glutton for punishment, and that gives me 19,000 more ends to weave in. So when if I can find my way in there, like this right here, when I find those ends and I give them tugs in the right direction, which I can't, I'm doing this blind, so let's try to, okay, so this one would go that way and this one would go that way, and then it would look pretty darn good. Much better than the big gapy holes like that. So let's do it again with that blue one. And you know, guess what? I'll weave in the ends with you maybe next week. That one goes that way, that one goes that way. That should look better. And it does. So there you go. That's what I'll do, and then I'll weave in the ends. A billion times. Let's see how many there are. 1, 2, well, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 35 probably ends per sleeve. 36, let's go with 36 ends per sleeve. Not counting on the body, I did carry it up. I carried it up on the other side seam, which was fine. Because it's a side seam. I don't know, on the and it was next to the words today, people. It was next to the eyelet seam on the other side. And when I did the sleeve, I actually didn't even consider making the eyelet seam, and then I realized I wasn't doing it because it didn't say to. It actually didn't say to. I could have to continue it all the way along. But I like it just solid. And so I kind of started looking at the side seam, and I have that lovely thing that happens where the eyelets on one side are smaller than the eyelets on the other side. And of course, when I pull them open, it's like, see here, smaller, larger. So smaller, larger for sure. And it's me, and I'm just never going to wear this sweater. I'm really liking it when I try it on, but this is kind of not making me happy. So I've made the decision to take this part out and just line it back up, knit it back up just as solid knit stitches. So I have to do some finagling to get there. Oh. So here goes some finagling. I've got my needle, which is coming undone. And I've got my purl string. And I'm shoving my purl string onto my needle. And that means I can, yeah, that's okay. I think I'm doing it right. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna pull the other purl string. I'm pulling the other purl string so that, not the other one, but the other side of that one. Holy cow. So that I can get the needle back in. I want to get over to the other side seam. Okay, oops, that wasn't far enough. Keep going. This one's really long, the one I used for the body. And yet when you sit on one end, they pull through very nicely. You don't want to accidentally sit on it and pull it out. I'll just tell you that right now. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Isn't this fun? I could be doing this on the big screen. Almost there. It's coming. can see how easily the stitches pull along the purl string. Okay, so now I'm onto the needle. So we're pushing this all on. I'm going to do this again, get another batch over there. I don't think you can see. I'm going to change you, so I'll just do it. Hi. I'll just do it like this. So I'm pulling on the one end of the purl string and then scooching all the stitches along the purl string to the other side, and this is where the needle is. And I'm just trying to get the needle to come out where the, I'm not really sure what I'm doing. All right, not there yet, so let's do that again, where the side seam is. I could, you know, there was a side seam here, but I have a secret that I'm not telling you yet about that side seam. Will be my surprise ending. Okay, so we're pushing these onto the needle. See, that's the needle, the red cable. Looking for, there's the side seam. So what I'm gonna do, it's very weird what I'm doing. I didn't really think it through. So push, 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 push. All right. This puts me, and then I'm going to, all right, and then I have the, let's go back to close up. Boop. So I've pushed the needle to where I have, to the other side seam with the eyelets. And this is the center stitch. It's either a knit or a center double decrease, depending on which row it was on, and there's a yarn over on either side. So this is the side, the row that had the yarn overs, and I want the yarn over, the yarn overs and the decrease to be on, to come off. So I'm gonna make that happen. All right, there's my needle. 1, 2, 3. There's my 3 stitches off, and I'm going to pull the purl string back through. Here, come back to me. I am going to close it. Yes, Diane's asking, am I going to close that seam up from the hem to the underarm? Yes, but it's from the underarm to the hem because it's top down. And it's, which makes it easier because I have, what's happening over here? Oh, I almost pulled the needle out too. So I'm putting the purl string back on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, might as well do that. So I'm going to pull the purl string through. Okay. You know, if I had done this before, that would have been a good idea. So because it's a top down and I haven't finished the bottom yet, the live stitches are at the hem, at the bottom, and I can start dropping them. So you turn the sweater, you know, upside down. Man, that's big around. It fits. If the sweater's upside down, I'm going to drop those 3 stitches down to the underarm because it'll be upside down, which I should have been ready to do that. Man, it looks big. I'm big. Okay, here we go. All I was doing, okay, there we go. So take that off the needle, put the needle away. And here I have the bottom still on a purl string. Ooh. Got some excess purl string going on. This is pretty hilarious. Okay. You know, I just want to say I never rehearse anything. I never know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do, but I never know what's going to happen. Okay. You know, just trying to keep it real. Okay. So now I've scooched my purl strings all around so they're at the doohickey at the other side seam. So there they are. And look, it's already started to drop. Oh my gosh, it's okay. So it's not difficult. It's I can tell you it's not difficult. It's a little bit difficult, but here's what I'm doing. I am pulling those 3 stitches, the yarn over, the either knit stitch or double decrease, and the yarn over on the other side out. And, you know, they just make those strands and then they're not going anywhere. So you're going to sit with me and keep me company while I pull those out. Now, what's really fun is when we get to the mohair, like it's stuck together because it's mohair. So you have to kind of yank it without breaking it, which it's pretty sturdy. I can break it with my hands. Let's see. I'm trying to break, or not break them, but pull them out in order. And I don't know if the sound will pick up that sound that it's making when it tears it apart, when they come apart. But this is what we're doing, down 120 rows. That's 16 already. The not mohair ones, the merino, go much faster, as you can see. So really I just have to get through, I think, 8 of the mohair rows. So I've done 1. And then I'll show you how I'm going to ladder it back up. I actually tear out my knitting this way a lot, because not because I want to redo the side seam, but because there's something that I can do. Hi, Margaret! Because there's something that I can do differently. You know, I'll change my mind, or I'll have found a glitchy stitch or something, so I fix it or change it, which is why it's taking me so damn long to make this particular sweater, because I keep changing my mind. So technically I'm done with this sweater. I mean, I made the yoke and the body exactly according, is that true? I think so. It's exactly according to plan. Hi, Fran. Fran wants to know why I'm tearing back. Because I don't care for the yarn overs on the side seam, partly because I do that thing where one side's smaller than the other, or maybe one side's larger than the other as far as yarn overs on either side of a stitch. It happens. Up here it's not so bad, but it gets, like, look at that. It gets bad in spots. It's not bad. Nobody would care. I do like it up by the, this is the raglan, and I do like it there. So I'm leaving it, well, I'm not going back that far. That would be taking the whole thing out. And so I'm almost done with the body. But before I finish the bottom, I'm like, you know, if I'm going to take this back, it's now or never. So, oops, I'm trying to keep it on the screen. I moved my head over to the other side this week to see if that works better. But what I want to show you is that it's really, except for the fact that I'm using mohair, which glues itself to the previous mohair row, it's really not that big a deal to tear back. This is a pretty epic one because it's 3 stitches across, the yarn over, the stitch, and the yarn over, and then it's 120 rows I counted. So, you know, 8 per stripe. And this is the kind of thing I need my people to keep me company for. I save the fun stuff for you guys. My people, my compadres or whatever. Okay, so there's all the next. Oh, I've done 3 of the mohair rows. I wasn't even paying attention. And then these come out nice and easy. Which, now it's going to give me grief. Okay, and then we're to the mohair again. And I do like to try, so with the yarn over and the knitting it, 2 of the rows kind of clump together in pairs. So like that's 2 rows. And I want to pull them out in order so that I can pull them out. So I have to do a little, sometimes they're more apparent than others. Like over here I can see which one's on the top. Do you see that? So if I hadn't just cut my nails today, I could grab it a little more easily. And then I try not to break it. Oops. Well, nope, that's not going to want to come out. Try it from this side. Really, it's nice and easy, honest. There we go, I think. There we go. Okay, that was the little bugger that I just pulled out, and then this is the next one. Then the next pair. So I feel a little less dainty doing the mohair ones. Okay, and then mohair. Ugh, and then we get the nice little break. Yeah, so that was a perfectly fine pattern. I am technically done except for putting the borders on, but then I decided to, you know, make long sleeves and change the borders, and now I've changed my mind on the side seam. It's not a seam. There it is. See how there's two of them? I want the one closest to where I'm tearing out. But again, I cut my nails today. Okay, there we go. Rip. Rip. It's making that sound, which I can't do very well with my mouth, but you know, the one that makes you go, ugh. It's like the knitter's version of fingernails on the chalkboard. There we go. Phew. I like to get to this part. It takes way less time. I'm going to stop for a beverage break. Drink them if you got them. And then more mohair. Ooh, that one's happening more easily. Nice. Hope you can see it okay. Yeah. So somebody last week in the Woven Art Knit Along on Wednesdays, the Zoom Along, which is, this was, our theme for April was, nope, for May. What month is this? Our theme for April was warm weather tees. So this was supposed to be a warm weather tee, but now I'm turning it into a long sleeved sweater, and I'm taking out some of the air conditioning here on the sides. But so I've been working on it during that Zoom Along, and somebody said, so basically you used it as a suggestion, or maybe this was you guys last week, that basically I just used it as a suggestion for a sweater. And you know, I'm using the pattern, I'm using the numbers, I'm using the size, I did the raglan, and I'm doing the stripes, doing the mohair and the not mohair combo. And oh, I'm running into my pins. What were my pins for? I don't remember. Oh, the pins are, I'm done. The pins were on the sleeve. So that's the sleeve. I got confused. So that means I'm almost to the underarm, which is where I'm going to stop. Because here, I'll hold it up for the big picture. So I'm like, oh look, I stopped doing that. Here's the sweater, right? And here's the sleeve. And so that's all fine. And I've been tearing these guys out. Whoop. And so I'm almost to the underarm. And the underarm is where the pins start, because that is, the pins are marking the decreasing I was doing on the sleeve. So here we go. Oops, now it's facing the other way. That's kind of confusing. So I don't want to lose all the stitches, right? Oop, let's keep going. And I did start the sleeve in the middle of the mohair row, which is kind of strange. I feel like it should have been between the rows, and I think I don't know, it just didn't. Okay, this one, I'm losing it over here on the side. There. I mean, if you've pulled fuzzy yarn apart before, you know what I'm feeling every time I have to tear these apart, and what I'm hearing. That's not it. That's not it either. Okay, I'm almost there. Two more. This one. Oof. And this one. Maybe not that one. And I want to capture the original 3 stitches. Here's a crochet hook, and I want a stitch holder. There it is. Have a teeny tiny stitch holder. Okay, teeny tiny stitch holder. Oh, the cat and the dog are gonna go at it. So that, and there we go, that. And then, where did I pick up my stitches? Where's my bind off? Interesting, okay. So, scalpel. Okay, so this is where I picked up the stitches. Awesome. For the sleeve. And I am going, can you see it? I'm going to pick up, this is a tricky bit. I made it harder for myself here. Okay. So here's the top row, or the next row, and I'm gonna grab, that's 2 rows, Sarah. I think that's the top row, and I think that might be the stitch, and then, can you see this? Nope. And then, that's too much yarn. Is that it? It's a little messy, and that's fine. 1, 2, 3, because I'm actually going to pick up more than the 3. Oh. Please hold while I fiddle. One, 2. Oh. That goes away. Yeah. Sure, Sarah. Oh, is that a tail? That might be a tail that's going after it. I'm trying to figure out why that stitch is getting bigger, and I think it's just an end. Yep. Yeah. Okay, phew. So 1, 2. I want to get under all these strands. Here we go. Okay, that's better. 1, 2. Oh, now I can't see. Having fun? 1, 2. And then I'm trying to find the other side of this yarn over, the other yarn over. That's not it. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, I'm going to end up picking up more anyway. So let's grab, is that an end also? I don't know. Let's grab, come on, Sarah. Sarah says, I don't know anymore. Okay. That's the center stitch. Kind of wish I could take my glasses off and shove my face down there, which I probably can. Is that the end again? Okay, this is looking very easy, isn't it? I'm gonna grab 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna grab those 3, and I want this one too. I'm just trying to open it up and find some stitches. If I hadn't gotten all gung-ho, and if I had torn down one less row, then I'd be much better off. Okay, but I know I'm going to want to pick up more stitches because I'm magical. Of course you're stuck with, of course I'm stuck with the mohair section, yeah. Okay, so that's what I was trying to do, was get the underarm stitches back on the a needle, but I'm really going to put them on. Where did I put my magic, my little, there it is. This little guy, because I don't want them falling off the needle while I'm doing things. And I dropped 3 and I picked up 5. So that means I didn't really pick up 5 stitches because there were only 3, and I badly didn't really get the 3 either. But I picked up 5 because I know already that the it'll take 5 to fill in the gap. So I'm going to take the first one off, which is just, and clip that guy and turn him away and put my crochet hook through there. Okay, so this is what I was trying to get to like tell you how easy it is. So here we go. And then I'm just going to come in here. If you've ever taken my mistakes class, we do this in my mistakes class. So here we go. I have, can you see that I have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mohair rows coming up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to hold them over here because I want to kind of keep tension up. I'm going to ladder them up. I'm going to ladder each of those stitches up one at a time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the mohair. So I must have done 3 before I went to the sleeve. And then there should be 8 of these knot mohairs. Am I in the picture? Where the heck's the picture? 1, 2. If you come in from underneath, 4, then you get the stitch, the rung pulled through the stitch. I stopped counting in the not twisted position. One more. We're gonna pretend that was 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yay! And then guess what? We're at the mohair. It knits up again much faster than it tore out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's always good to end with 8 because there were 8 rows per stripe. 1, whoops. Oh, did I seriously split the mohair? No, I split the knot mohair.
I don't understand.
Holy crap!
I seriously split them out here. But I could search the web for it.
No, thank you, Siri. Can I close that? Yes. Sometimes when you say SORRY, SIRI gets really excited. It scares the shit out of me. Okay, 3, 4. I hope you can see this, what I'm doing. 6, 7. This is like if you dropped a stitch down a few rows, this is how you would pick it up. But I dropped 3 stitches down 120 rows. 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I still on camera? Yay! 7, 8. 1. Oops. Oh boy. Okay. I started splitting it. I didn't pull it all the way through, so I'm undoing it so when I pull it through I can get the whole strand. I don't try to capture the strands I dropped that I split. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and let's pull that down and keep going. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing. I'm going to get this one to the top and start the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, oopsie. If you don't panic, they don't go anywhere. That's not always true, but it's almost always true. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oops, 1, 2. So I don't know, like I tell people lately, because let me start at the beginning of a sentence. Now that I'm using the OBS software, which might be redundant, it might be software. I stopped counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, and it's still way down there. Okay, let's go get it. Boop. Boop, boop. Let's go back to that green one. So I just, well, that's not the green one. Yeah, it is. Well, what's that doing? What's happening there? Oh, is that still the mohair? Oh my gosh. I send a, I put a link, I post, that's the word. I post a link to my YouTube account on the social media. So I put it on my Sarah Peasley Handknitter page in Facebook just before. So, I don't know. My question for you guys is, do you just go to my channel and you see it, you see the moving picture? And if you've subscribed, do you get a notification that there's a video? I don't know how it works from your end. Oh, and I didn't count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yay! So that's my question, if anybody wants to answer me. Well, I count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you've never taken a class from me online, this is sort of what it looks like. You get to see a nice hands camera, so you clearly get to see what I'm showing you. 1, 2, 3, whoops, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not worrying about tension right now, obviously. And the first time I did this, oh, sorry, I didn't say that. This isn't the second time I've done this or anything. 3, 4, 5, 6. It's windy out there today. 7, 8, 1. I'm almost there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I still on camera? Yay! 6. This yarn is so pretty. 7, the greens and the blues. 8. So yeah, the tension is wacky and I'm okay with that. 1, because it won't be for long. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm at the top. One more stripe. 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, 5, 6, losing it at the end, you guys, getting all excited. 7, 8. So that's the top, and then we put it, so it's the top of my chain, but it's the bottom of the sweater because this was a top-down sweater. And then I just make that stitch. I guess I could use the hook. Oh my gosh. And pull the purl string through. There we go. And then boop, 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 and it's captured on the purl string. So that was one column. Ooh, you're answering me. Fran says, I just log into YouTube and find you in my subscribed list. I don't have notifications turned on. Well, no, that's fine. So that's good to know, though, too. I found, Margaret says, I'm so glad you're watching, Margaret. I found your YouTube link on Facebook. I did subscribe. When I go into YouTube from now on, your picture will be on with a dot that shows me you are or have been there posting. Nice. And Diane happened to be reading your email and followed that to the YouTube. Interesting. So did it tell you I was going live? Because I didn't send you an email. Did YouTube send you the email? I don't know. Okay, so I pulled that one up all the way. I dropped 3 stitches down. It's amazing how much yarn 3 stitches takes. And I pulled one up with my crochet, my handy dandy crochet hook, and then I come back down to the bottom and get the next one, put it on the crochet hook, fasten them all off to keep them safe, and come back down and make sure I'm going to get all of them. What's that? That's that tail again. This is so squishy. Okay, so 1, I won't go all the way up this column, I just want to show you. 2, because that would take way too long. Nope, that didn't work. 2, 3. Ooh, I keep trying to pull it under 2 stitches, which is not going to work. 4. Well, 5. I think I pulled it under 4 last time. Whatever. You know, the good news is where I'm sort of messing up is in the armpit. And honestly, if you can see that, you are way too close. way, way too close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's kind of cool with the variegated yarn because you can tell 7, 8. The colors follow from the stitch to the right. 2. Now Claire is snoring. 3, 4. So the building up is much quicker than the tearing back. 7, 8. Let me just go halfway through or up through this stripe and then I'll stop for now. 3, 4, 5. Oops. 6, 7. So you can see that it goes pretty quickly. It's just that I did 1,000 stitches. 1,000 being a slight exaggeration. So let's look for something pretty. It's brown. Trying to embrace brown these days. I know. All right. I need the dog bark. There we go. I'm going to capture that stitch so that I can stop for now. So what happened is I've started taking the second one up, and you can see that the first one looks a lot better now. It's filling in, right? So I will just keep going, and then I will tell you from personal experience that if I go up the 3rd time, there'll still be some space there. And because I already did this on the other side. There's my true confession. I'm going to show you what it looks like when you're done. I'm going to be like Julia Child and say, I'm done! And pull it out of the oven and it'll be done. I can't do a Julia Child imitation. I am, however, currently listening to Deary, which is a biography of her. It's good. Yeah, so I did it on the other side, and I pulled up I pulled up 3 columns because I took down 3 columns, and then there was still space there, and I thought, well, that looks like shit. Why did I even take it out? So I wasn't gonna like go down and put back in the eyelets. The thought may have crossed my mind, but only for like enough time for me to go, no. Excuse me. And so I just went back to the bottom and picked up another column. And then there was room to pick up another column because weirdly, these stitches are smaller. I mean, I'm using the same size hook as I used needles. I'm pointing to the picture in picture and you can't even see it. I use the same size millimeter hook that I used needles to knit the thing. But when I pulled it up and made, I don't know. It's weird. It was yarn over, knit 1 yarn over, and then the next row would be yarn over, double decrease, which would take those 2 yarn overs and the stitch and put them all together, yarn over. So somehow those 3 stitches used more yarn than 3 stitches. So anyway, I filled in on the other side. Oop, that's the same side I just showed you. I filled in on the other side, and what you're going to see are the places where I need to weave in the ends. But this is where the seam used to be. I'm going to show it to you up close too, but you can see the spots where I need to weave in the ends, and I've shown you how that's going to look when that's done, but it filled in very nicely where it used to have the eyelets down through. So here's what it looks like when Julia Child takes it out of the oven 30 seconds after she puts it in the oven. And again, the ends will be wrangled. Here's the blue one. That one will go that way. That one will go that way, and I'll show you that probably next week. What I was hoping to do was have it on this week, but that didn't happen. So that's where I just pulled the ones as if I'm weaving them in. So it'll fill it in and even out the all those lines like that. So they won't look like this. But that's where that used to be, because here's the middle of the armhole, and that's where it led up to. Again, that's for weaving in the end. So it can be done, and I don't understand why, but I ended up pulling up 5 stitches and putting them on the purl string. And that's why it was in the wrong place for me to do it today, and I had to scooch it all the way around. Thanks, Margaret. Margaret says, looks good. So this will look like that. I promise. And so I did 1 column while you watched, and I did part of the second one. Oh, except it goes this way. I did part of the second one, and you can see that it's already filling in. But for some reason it needs 3 more doohickeys all the way up before it will fill in all the way. And I suppose that last one was quite snug to pull up. Oops, I'm showing you up close again. Not very bright. So you can see maybe that the stitches get a little narrower there. Those little blue stitches are a little narrower right there. But I don't care. I'd rather have that. And then this looks just the same all the way across. It was the mohair that wasn't filling in, and this was filling in more. Anyway, it can be done. I was gonna do it without having done it before, but then last night I was like, I'm at a point where I'm not knitting right now because I need to try it on, and I need to finish the bottom, and I mean, but I couldn't finish the bottom till I finished this redo. I don't know. So oh my god, I did it in an hour again. Thanks for hanging in there or coming back or watching it later if that's what you're doing. But that's I'm still really looking forward to wearing it. It's supposed to be in the 80s this week, so not in a hurry right now, but Yep, we're going to try it on tonight. And next week this should be done next week, because really if I redo anything, it's just that bottom. I have to decide if I like the ribbing. And then after I figure that out, it'll be easy to finish the bottom of the body, and then I'll start the sleeve. And it took me, it goes faster as you go down because you're decreasing, but it took me longer than I expected to make the sleeve. So maybe another couple weeks. And so and then I get to weave in all the ends. Yeah, I just made the decision at the beginning of the first sleeve not to carry the strands along, and because of that decision, which I'm sticking with for sleeve number 2, I get 36 more ends per sleeve to weave in. I feel like it's like not a punishment, but dues I have to pay, the stupid tax we could call it, for having made the decision to not carry the yarns from stripe to stripe. But I just didn't want to have anything that might keep the stretch from being stretchy. So that's my reasoning. So I keep plugging along. I'm being monogamous. Yes, I am. I'm trying to, did I cheat on anything else? Okay, Diane saw it in Facebook. Thanks, because that's where I put it, just 15 minutes before. So that makes me, well, I don't know. Maybe YouTube would send you a, I don't know what happens when you're a subscriber of the YouTube. So thanks for teaching me about that today, Margaret and Fran. And I will see you guys. I'll see you next week, next Monday. We'll see what I have done. My goal is sleeve and bottom, and I have to think about the neckline too. Oh my gosh, I'll never be done. And then I have to think about what I'm going to work on next. Okay, thanks. I will see you guys in a week. Thank you for being here.